Oh, when it rains, it pours, and Gail Simone is making grown men cry with tears as she drinks them all in. Hello, everyone. I'm LP, writer and creator of the comic books Nyobi and Savage Sin. And today we learned that the Uncanny X-Men writer torches trolls in viral tweet. I'm surprised that CBR would cover a story like this. You know, like the sort of inner workings of Comicsgate trolls trying to troll the mainstream. But when the mainstream gets a good dig in and gets a good response, it absolutely is worth reporting on. Gail Simone, who I met actually back in 2011, nice lady, celebrated for her quick wit and storytelling prowess, has once again solidified her place as a fan favorite. This time off the page. The Uncanny X-Men writer recently went viral on X, formerly known as Twitter, with a razor-sharp rebuttal to an online troll. Yeah, she's pretty quick-witted. If you haven't noticed that, she's like the crazy aunt. When I met her and her husband. They were talking about how they met through Dungeons and Dragons, and that was her, sort of inspiration to write Red Sonja. Kind of my inspiration if I was to ever write Red Sonja as well. It'd be pretty cool. Wink, wink, nod, nod. But let's go ahead and see what else they say here. After a user questioned the creator's understanding of vibranium, Marvel's fictional power source, Simone wasted no time taking the critic to task. And she says, and I quote, "I have written 700 comics." Holy shit, that's a lot, man. No, seriously, that's a lot. 700 comics. The acclaimed creator asserted, casually referencing her extensive credentials. When the doomed critics sarcastically quit back, but has anyone read them? Simone's response with the swift and decisive, "I write Uncanny X-Men, Timmy." Basically saying yes, because Uncanny X-Men, no matter how you slice it and dice it, is still one of Marvel's top-selling, if not the top-selling comic book that they have going on. The Uncanny X-Men has a legacy that spans decades, followed by greats like Chris Claremont, Stan Lee. Let's keep going on here. The post quickly amassed over 13,000 likes and retweets, sparking a chorus of praise for Simone's wit and definite handling of the online encounter. Look, this is what I'm saying, right? People will be like, hey, look, by bashing Comicsgate, you're throwing away all your audience, because they seem to think that they are the only ones that buy comic books. There may be like a couple hundred of them, but 13,000 people, mainstream fans, had the back of Gail Simone, and that says a lot. Given Simone's track record, there's no surprise that the troll found himself outmatched, outnumbered. No doubt. No diggity, no doubt. Her Uncanny X-Men reference carries weight. Under Simone's creative guidance, the series has been one of 24's most beloved comic titles. Let's pause there. I have the first 6-7 issues of it. I read the first couple. So far, it seems to be okay. As far as 2024's most beloved comic titles, that remains to be seen. And oh, by the way, while we're paused here, I have read Magic #1, and I will do a short, not even review, because I don't like to call them reviews, but just my thoughts and takes on Magic. And they're not bad. So there you go. The praise is more than just social media buzz too. It's reflected on the comic's performance on comic book store shelves. Yeah, these people that are going to criticize Gail, criticize me, criticize other people, they don't care about the store shelves. They don't see being on store shelves as a positive thing. They think it's costing them money to do so. They think that the stores are so antiquated that they might as well be dinosaurs. That's how they see it, and they see it wrong. Uncanny X-Men topped the sales charts in 2024. Its debut issue becoming one of the year's largest grossing releases, outpaced only by DC's Absolute Universe titles and select Spider-Man and X-Men offerings. Well, what they mean by select Spider-Man is Ultimate Spider-Man. Because I think Ultimate Spider-Man probably was the highest selling American-made sort of comic book. I'm not counting Dogman or manga. You guys all know what I mean when I say comic books. Let's not be stupid and naive. Ultimate Spider-Man was the king. Gail Simone's viral moment is the latest in a long line of similar interactions, earning the writer a reputation for being a troll slayer. She is the troll slayer, ladies and gentlemen. Her debate skills are matched only by her storytelling, as showcased in Uncanny X-Men. The most recent issue, Uncanny X-Men #8, Release on January 8th, 2025. Is now on sale at your local comic book shops and Marvel Unlimited. This seems to be a small story. You mean Gail roasted some trolls and she got 13,000 likes? Is this whole story? You could have summed it up in that 2 sentences. But I think it's kind of funny that CBR is covering these types of things, and I think it's great that someone like Gail Simone or other people in the mainstream ministry is fighting back, clapping back against these trolls, because we've allowed these trolls to run the scene for way too long. Way too long. You know, I am a big fan of Marvel, and I have been for years. Was there a time when I've been out of the loop, not liking what I was reading? Sure. Was there a time I even bitched about it? Sure. But as we move forward, you know, in 2025, I do see a change in the comics. Like when I read Magic, I didn't see any political pandering in there whatsoever. I saw, you know, a somewhat decent start with the great looking J. Scott Campbell cover. And that's good enough for me. If that's not good enough for you, I don't know what to tell you, man. You know, people are expecting the Watchmen with every single comic book release that's out there. And you're just not going to get it. You're just not going to get it. Comic books are diverse. They're different. There's something on the shelf for everyone. Whether you're a LGBTQ or you like the bad girl comics or you like westerns, horror, whatever it is, there's something out there for you. And I'm glad that there is something out there for you. My thing has always been just make sure there's room on the shelf for me. Now, speaking about me, here's a word from our sponsor. Well, if you haven't guessed it, today's sponsor is me. That's right. I am today's sponsor of the video. As always, we want to talk to you about Nyobi. This time, not about the eBay store, but our upcoming Kickstarter. That's right. On February 14th, that is the day we're looking at launching. We plan to launch the 4th part of the Outbreak series, Nyobi Outbreak number 4 of 5. This thing is almost a wrap. Guys, come join us for the journey as old faces and new collide in a world that is bent on supremacy. Genome supremacy, to be in fact. And if you do come over and back our Kickstarter, the one promise I can make to you is we definitely deliver. There would be no 4-year waits for our books, okay, guys? We generally hit our estimated delivery time when we say we're going to hit it. And we always keep people in the loop. You won't be ghosted. You won't be ignored. And you'll get some great books in the process. You know, the testimonials speak the truth. I speak the truth. Nyobi speaks the truth. Come by February 14th for Nyobi Outbreak number 4. And if you do hit our eBay store, that wouldn't hurt either. Peace.